Hello and welcome to another college football video. First time in like months I've made a video. I figured with all the Pac-12 drama, throwing anything Pac-12 related down will just be a view milker. So let's get straight into it with my Pac-12 2023 predictions. Starting off with my football team, ASU, that is no question. This website, actually, before I go ahead and do it, because some people might be interested, it's called playoffpredictors.com. I seriously just looked up college football 2023, make your own predictions. This was the thing that popped up. This thing is awesome. Awesome. You can predict every team in FBS, and it is awesome. So if you are interested in making your own predictions, that's the website. Go to this website. But with that being said, now let's get on to the first questionable games for ASU. We have Oklahoma State and Fresno State, two teams that I'm skeptical of. Fresno State last year finished off 10-4 and killed Washington State in their bowl game, and ultimately finished with a pretty good record. And Oklahoma State was super highly ranked with barely a loss against TCU in overtime, and they fell apart, fell on their face after getting slaughtered by Kansas State. They were never the same, and now they lost Spencer Sanders, who's a really good quarterback. I don't know how Oklahoma State will be. With that being said, the questionability, I'm going to give ASU Oklahoma State, but I'm going to give Fresno State the win over us, because I do think Fresno State will be a better team. I think Oklahoma State will have a pretty down year next year, because what we saw last year, last year was already a pretty down year. What, they finished like 7-6 possibly, something like that. And at one point they were ranked like number 8 undefeated or something like that. So I just think this team is kind of taking a hit right now, especially with the loss of their starting quarterback. This, no question, should be USC. If ASU somehow manages to go 3-0, we probably will have a full, I wouldn't say full, but an increased stadium of fans. But even then, with all the fans there, I don't think ASU is anywhere near the same skill level as USC. We'll probably get our shit rocked. Now, another questionable one is ASU at Cal. I do think ASU is overall going to be a better team than Cal anyways, but it's at Cal, so I feel like we'll just choke and struggle, and this will be our bad loss. We have a bad loss every year. This will be our bad loss. Give me ASU over Colorado. I don't think Colorado will be good that year. I think they'll be second to last, just above Stanford, maybe even last again. Give me Washington. That's no question. ASU upset them last year, pretty much probably ruined their college football playoff potential. There's no way they're traveling into Washington and winning that game. It's not happening. Another questionable game, not really. I'm pretty set on ASU winning this one. I think Washington State will be like third to last in the Pac-12, with ASU like hovering that same area. But they'll win because it's at ASU. It's a must win. Utah will win. That's no question. And right here's another one. People are saying UCLA is not going to be that good and whatnot. They already really weren't that good. They were just highly ranked for a while, kind of like a Oklahoma State situation, but not on the same level of dog shit. But I think ASU could potentially go into there and win, but I'll still give the edge to UCLA, because the fact that I have to say could potentially probably means that UCLA will be the victor of that game. But now my upset for this year, it's right here. Something I've noticed in all my time of being an ASU fan, it's Oregon and Washington struggle on the road at ASU. 2019 Oregon loses at ASU when they were probably going to go to the Pac-12 champ. They won the Pac-12 championship against Utah. They probably would have gone to the college football playoff had they not lost to ASU. Washington in 2022, one loss team. They only lost, that was their last loss of the season, was to us. If not, they probably would have gone to the Pac-12 championship and either won or lost. That's up for question, but the question was never answered because of ASU. All I'm saying is just these two teams going into ASU is always a big one. And I just feel like it'll be an upset for ASU, and I would love to give ASU the edge on U of A, man. And as shitty as it is, and how much I hate to say it, U of A's got a killer offense. Maybe not the best defense, but they've got a killer offense, and I think they're just gonna beat us. I hate to say it, so I got ASU going 5-7. 5-7. I feel like that's pretty good prediction. One upset. Everything else is pretty reasonable. I feel like that's pretty good, especially with all the people that are like, I mean, all the people, as in my 10 viewers, are probably going to be like, well, that's just bias. But whatever. Give me Arizona. Give me Arizona. Those are easy. At Mississippi State, to be quite frank, I think I want to call them ASU. I think Arizona could go into this game and win. Because Mississippi State, with the sad loss of Mike Leach, they could really win this game. If they travel in, I mean, they've got a killer offense. So, and Mississippi State was already pretty mid last year. I think they finished in the top 25, but they were overall pretty mid. So I'm going to give Arizona the edge on that one. Beat Stanford, so they get off to a great start. Here is a great game. Here is a great game with massive upset potential. Like, I hate to say it, I'm a ASU fan, so obviously I don't like Arizona, but they could be a very good fucking team next year. This could, whatever, it could be something, but I'm going to give it to Washington just because I also think Washington is an extraordinarily good team who I think, if they don't lose games like this, could win the Pac-12. If they make it, they'll probably win the Pac-12 championship. This would probably be one of their hardest games. Arizona definitely, I don't think they will be able to travel into Southern California and win. I think they'll win there. This is another great game. It's another great game, which I might slide to Arizona. Give me Arizona. Then, I mean, they got it. They struck gold this season, man. They struck gold. This could easily be a possibility. 10-2 for the Wildcats could be so a possibility. Maybe, like, literally even that. But I'm going to give it to Utah. The thing is, we'll do Oregon State next. Here, I would love to do this. We'll settle on this for now and discuss later. Because this is just by the rankings and whatnot. We'll settle on this. I could be hyping up Arizona a lot more than they actually are. Let's do Oregon State next. And we'll go back to Arizona. Right now I have them at 8-4. We'll go back. So Oregon State wins these 3. No question. Wins these 4. No question. That could be a potentially sketchy one just because, it's on the road and whatnot. But if Oregon State pretty much, I mean, I say this, but it's pretty much a cakewalk first 4 games. And already being ranked in the top 25 at number 17, I think. If they can pull off the win against Utah, which in general I do think they could do, they could literally go a good old 7-0 before playing at U of A. So the reason why I want to give it to U of A is because then Oregon State wins. They've got 2 final matchups, which Oregon State could win here and then lose and still finish off a super highly prestigious team. I want to give it to U of A because I don't think Oregon State will win this one, but this one could be sketch. That's still a 9-3 team for Oregon State. I feel like 9-3 is a very reasonable record, and with the rest of the schedule, to be honest, I like to throw in the upset, and the home field and whatnot makes a big difference. This looks reasonable. That's why I want to give it to U of A at 9-3. I accidentally got rid of it. So next, that's whatever. Now let's do Utah. All right. So Utah's got Florida. They host Florida. I think that'll be a win. At Baylor, that could be a tough one, but I'll give it to Utah because they are a good team. And then they'll lose. Then they'll win. At USC, they'll lose. No question. I think they will beat. They will lose that. They'll win that. 9-3. See, now I want to slide it over to U of A. See what I'm saying? But it's like difficult because I don't know enough about these teams to make U of A go 10-2 is insane. I mean, they've got 3 relatively easy games. They've got Stanford, Colorado, and Arizona State and Washington State. Those are 4 pretty easy games for them. I hate to say it there. Might honestly be difficult there because it's a rivalry and it's at a different stadium. Always makes it tough. But those 4 teams those are most likely wins in their conference, which just leaves them up to Washington, USC, Oregon State, and Utah. And to be quite frank with you, Arizona, it's like bound to win one of those 4 games. So as long as they don't get upset, which the only upset I could see would be this, unless they don't get upset, this is like they've got prime time to go. They've got prime time. So I'm going to leave it at that. With Utah winning, because I think Utah's a good team, Arizona goes 9-3. Pretty crazy prediction, but Arizona goes 9-3. Washington. We'll do Washington next. Bang, bang, bang. Michigan State will not be good. Win against Cal. We'll do the sucky ones. All right, so these are their only 2 really difficult games. I mean, this one, of course, is difficult. This one will be very difficult. But I think they will win here, lose here, go to the Pac-12 championship, and win in a redemption against USC. That's my prediction. All right, that's my prediction. So let's go ahead and head over to USC. So bang, bang, bang. Those are 3 easy ones. Win there. At Notre Dame could be tough. At Oregon could be tough. Again, prime time. I'm going to give it to USC. USC's, what am I even saying? USC should go 12-0. Former Heisman winner. They don't have the best defense, but it's definitely improved from last year, and they've got an even stronger offense. They are prime time to go. They really are. You can hate it or you can like it. So they'll go 12-0, but they'll lose in the Pac-12 championship against Washington, which means we'll most likely have 2 Pac-12 teams. I'm so set on this because the Pac-12 is such a strong and good conference. It's insane. So now we get to the fun schedule. Oregon wins that, one of my favorite games. I'm so excited for this game next year. Give me Texas Tech. Oregon. They go 7-5. Most they can go is 8-4. They're not going to travel into Washington and win. I'm sorry. Washington is a much more developed team. I don't believe they're going to travel into Utah and win. And to be honest, they could potentially hold off USC, but I don't think they will win. And then traveling to Arizona State is, of course, my upset win. So this one could go either way. I do think Texas Tech will be a pretty good game, though, or a pretty good team, which would mean, yeah, whatever. They will be Texas Tech will do good in their conference. That game will be a must-win. It's kind of how I look at it. Give me Cal. Give me Cal. This one's tough. All right, give me Cal. Give me UCLA. Cal and swap that. Yeah. 5-7 is always like a solid record for Cal. They haven't improved enough. Honestly, could be a sketch one right there. 8-4 for UCLA. Hell to the no. Yeah. Maybe like that, honestly. Yeah, honestly, maybe like that. Maybe give me Colorado. No. I don't think Colorado would be that good. Stanford next. Boom, boom. Colorado wins there. Washington State and Notre Dame. They go 3-9. Then Colorado, of course, loss. Win. We'll save that. Loss. That'll make them go whatever. If they win that, they would have won. That would put Stanford in last place then, huh? That seems right about for the tiny teams in the Pac-12 right now. Then, of course, we've got Washington State. Win, loss, win, and they're set. 4-8. That looks like the Pac-12 is done. So at number 1 in the Pac-12, we have USC. And number 2, we have Washington. I think I have Arizona. I have Arizona upsetting. Yeah, so Arizona at number 3. So number 1, number 2, Arizona at number 3, or what's Utah? Where's Utah? Utah at number that gets tricky right there. Those are 3-9-3 teams. So Oregon State beats Utah. Utah beats Arizona. Arizona beats Oregon State. So I don't know. Tied. We'll say tied for third. Tied for third. So 3, 4, 5. Sixth place. 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, or 10th, 11th. Oh wait, no, I fucked up. All right, so at this we'll get 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. That looks about right. So sorry, I'm like retarding out. I'm having such a hard time counting. So at number 1 we got USC. At number 2 we got Washington. At number tied for third, we have Oregon State, Arizona, and Oregon. And then at number 6, we have UCLA. At number 7, we have Cal. At number 8, we have ASU. At number 9, we have Stanford. At number, I missed a team. We got to start the fuck over. Holy shit. All right. At number 1, we have USC. At number 2, we have Washington. Tied for third, we have Utah, Oregon State, and Arizona. That was what it was. So that would bring us down to 3rd, 4th, 5th. 6th place, we have Oregon. 7th place, we have UCLA. 8th place, we have Cal. 9th place, we have Arizona State. 10th place, we have Washington State. 11th place, we have Colorado. And 12th place, we have Stanford. So that is that. That is my list. Number 1, USC. Number 2, Washington. Tied for third, Utah, Oregon State, Arizona. Number 6, we have Oregon. Number 7, we have UCLA. Number 8, we have Cal. Number 9, we have ASU. Number 10, we have Washington State. Number 11, we have Colorado. And number 12, we have Stanford. Or did I give? No. All right. Yeah. We're set. That's the Pac-12 done. Cut it short. We'll end it there. That's my Pac-12 predictions, with USC and Washington going to the Pac-12 championship versus each other, in which Washington will beat USC. That's my Pac-12 prediction. Let me know what you think in the comments. A like would always help. And that's all for me. Adios.